welcome to your favorite Capricorns podcast with Shanti
and Chanel, where we hope to bring you peace, comfort, and connection through our life stories.
All right, welcome to another episode of Your Favorite Capricorns. And of course, it may look a little different today, but we're really excited for today's conversation. Joining us is someone who moves at the intersection of storytelling, spirituality, and reflection. He's a poet who uses language not just to create beauty, but to ask questions, hold space, and invite deeper thinking about who we are and where we're going. His work reminds us that words carry weight, that poetry can be a mirror, a memory, and sometimes even a form of healing. We love how intentional his voice is and how his perspective aligns so naturally with the conversations we already have around growth, self-care, history, and becoming. We have him here today, so go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are, what you create, and what called you to this work.
That was the most flattering.
You ate. No, really. My sis ate, though. You really ate.
Ever.
Like, come up here and get your award. Like, come on.
Thank you.
You ate.
I gotta go all out. This is our first podcast. We thank you for being here. We gotta treat you right.
Yes.
Much. My name is Zavier Rafael. I am it goes a lot of different ways when you really look at the bloodline, but keep it simple. I'm Black and Taino, and I write and I perform poetry. And I'm really excited about today's conversation. I'm really excited to just have conversation with like-minded folk and just positive vibes. And that's exactly what I got from you, Ashanti, when I met you. And closed mouths don't get fed. So, we obviously talked about what we got going on. You said podcast, and I was like, man, I can yap. And,
we love the yap.
A little bit more about that.
Welcome to the yap
we
club.
yapped about yapping, and now we about to yap. So
yes,
welcome to the yap club.
Okay.
But yes, I'm based in Allentown, PA, and I love the Inkwell, and I'm gonna shout out another gem where I also go to some open mics later. But I appreciate y'all for this opportunity and this conversation.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Well, how y'all feeling this week? You want to start, Guess?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm feeling like a cold walk without gloves, and the only thing keeping my hands warm is my own applause.
Wow. Yes. Okay.
Love that.
Okay. All right.
Love that, but you know what? It's okay, because at the end of the day, you never know who's really applauding for you and who's keeping that energy going behind the scenes. You may not see it, but there are people applauding for you that you may not even realize.
Very true.
And now you have us. We're always rooting for you.
Exactly.
Always.
Exactly.
Yep. So let me give you a pair of gloves. I got my gloves.
Okay.
And we just gonna keep rooting
I got my
for
gloves.
you.
My hands are warmer now. Thank you.
How you feeling over there, Nelly?
I am feeling amazing. I feel like a parakeet that is free, flying. I'm in beautiful St. Lucia right now. Living it up, living my best. So yes, I feel like a parakeet. I'm flying through the wind. I can feel it beneath me. I'm soaring. I got my nuts. I got my fruit. I'm high in the sky. Okay, nothing can take me down. Nothing can take me down.
I love that. Yes. Continue to soar, baby girl. Yes.
Got to.
I love that. So for me, this week, I'm feeling like I'm the groundhog, and I saw my shadow, and everybody started throwing tomatoes, but I was like,
oh wow.
I saw my shadow. Hello. Hey, 6 more weeks. Count it up. I'm standing on business. That's where I'm at. I'm standing on business. I said it. I meant it. I'm here to represent it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So what is a groundhog doing, like staying locked in?
You said, what does the groundhog do to what now?
to stay locked in. Like when you see the shadow or you don't, like you go back into the burrow. What happens in the lab?
Mm,
To stay
that's a
locked
good
in,
question.
I remember my purpose. Like, what am I here for?
Mm,
What am I doing? I know that I have a job and I'm doing my job and being confident in knowing that I'm doing the best that I can do.
heavy on that.
That's true. That goes both ways for the human and for the groundhog, because he literally is just like, I'm just giving you what I'm seeing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be 6 more weeks of snow. Hey, my name Bennett and I'm not in it. Okay.
That part. That part. And I mean, would it be a Your Favorite Capricorns episode if we did not shout out a black business? Absolutely not. Gotta give y'all our gems of the week. We gotta start with our guest, Xavier. Who you shouting out this week?
Speaking of gems, there is a cafe on Hamilton Street, more specifically 1019 Hamilton Street, black owned location called Gems and Joe. Shout out
Okay.
to the owner F. He hosted the first open mic series that just started there a couple weeks ago, and I'm excited to see the space flourish. I got a cheesesteak croissant, and it was something hibiscus tea. Both
Oh,
phenomenal. There's a reason why they have 4.9 stars on 200 reviews.
that sounds fire. Where is that located? Not the street, but what city and state?
Downtown Allentown, PA.
There we go.
Mm,
Okay. Mm.
I love a good croissant.
Okay. And
Love.
then they made a sandwich out of the croissant.
Woo,
I
my
know
two
it's
favorite
fire.
things: a sandwich and a
Mm.
croissant. A croissant sandwich.
Okay.
Love it.
Ooh, that sounds good. We gotta check them out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if y'all go check them out, please let them know that you heard it on Your Favorite Capricorns and your boy Xavier
Please, please.
sent you. Okay.
There we go.
And who we got today, Chanel?
So today I want to shout out our pro fight, Shanice McKinney. Now, I want to shout her out because if y'all recall last episode, I had a terrible experience. So I want to show the girlies what a real licensed cosmetologist can do. So Shanice specializes in lock styling, micro locks, sister locks, color, silk press, and so much more. She is located in the Triad area in North Carolina. Now, right now, she is not accepting any new clients.
Booked and
However, she
busy.
does have a wait list. Yes, my girl's booked and busy. Okay, she does have a wait list that you can go to on her Facebook. My girl can do some hair. Okay, so when you go to her Instagram, the Instagram page is her Masterpieces Beauty. And that's on both Facebook and Instagram. When you go to her page, you can check out client success stories. You can see what she specializes in. You can see the many different styles of locks that she does. Again, I want to repeat, she is not accepting new clients. So I don't want you to DM her and be like, Chanel said that you was doing locks, because she is not accepting new clients. However, she does have a wait list. So get on there, look at my girl, look at what she got to offer. I just wanted to highlight her because Shanice is our profile and we hold Phi Kappa down. So I just wanted to throw that gem out there for y'all. Again, her page is her Masterpieces Beauty. So go check her out and tell her your favorite Capricorn sent you.
Period. And you can
Book
go to
her
her
till next
page.
year.
You said what now?
I said book her till next year. Sorry.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Get in there, get in there, get in there.
Exactly. And if you can't book her, you can also use her for inspiration because
Mm-hmm.
them
Mm-hmm.
hairstyles,
Yeah.
she do the thing. Okay. There's a
Yeah,
reason
she
why she has a
does.
wait list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, who you got?
I got Lulu Seafood, which is a black
Okay.
woman owned low country seafood restaurant located in Lexington, North Carolina. Though they have seafood in the name, their menu offers a range of international dishes from Louisiana seafood boils to Mexi-Cali tacos. The food is fresh
Mm.
and prepared in house. Not only that, but it is affordable. I mean, where else are you getting a pound of snow crab legs, boiled, the whole boil, for under $30? And yes, that's coming with corn, beef sausage, potatoes, and a sauce of your choice. Now, if you find
Oh.
yourself, yeah, if you find yourself in Lexington, North Carolina, check out Lulu's Seafood and let them know that your favorite Capricorn sent you.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yes. Yes, yes. And the
Oh
thing
yeah.
is, I don't venture to Lexington often, but I might find myself there. They
Okay.
might just see me. They might just see me.
I love a good seafood boil.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Oof. And
That never
$30 isn't
misses.
bad. That's not bad. With all
For all
that,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
I could do that.
Cause they love a good
I,
market price.
Mm. The market price be. Let me tell you
yo,
something. Is it the
places will
market
do
price or is it the
double.
price you want it to be today? Like, let's
Today's
really
places
get
price,
into
will
that.
not to
places will be
today.
double that 30
Okay.
just for the
Come
crab.
on
Just
now.
for the crab. Just for the
Like,
Yeah.
crab, they'll do double that.
market
Come on.
price. What market? American market? That I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And then plus, let's really get into it. You charge a market price, but you not nowhere near a local body of water.
Hello, landlocked.
So where are you even getting this from to be charging me market prices?
Because it ain't
Let's
fresh. It
let's talk
ain't
about
the
that.
freshest it could
It's
be.
not the freshest. So that means I should be getting a discount because this is not straight out the water. It's straight from the back of the truck.
Okay.
Anyway,
There shouldn't be any
don't get me
market on that.
started.
Right.
Anywho.
But make sure that y'all check out these black gems or these gems of the week. All right, all right. Y'all know we gotta let y'all know what's going on in these internet
Mm,
streets. What's going on out here in pop culture? Because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's always a
oof,
lot. Everything is
oof.
always a lot.
Clutches pearls.
Okay. Hello.
I can't keep up.
Hello. What's the topic? What topic are y'all bringing? Anybody can speak. Let me know. I don't want to. I don't want to put the pressure on nobody. I know what I want to say.
Well,
So,
let's let you go first. What you
Yeah,
got to say?
right. Because we know someone else who can't catch up, apparently.
all right. I think I got a little loud there. I'm sorry because I'm a bit passionate about this. But
Okay, go ahead. Floor is yours.
okay. Shabuzi has lost his mind. He has lost it. And somebody needs to help him find it. I don't know who's on his team. I don't know if they're filled with immigrants and they don't understand the Black American history. But no, 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 sir. The way that he went about that speech, beginning of the speech, amazing. End of the
Mm-hmm.
speech, amazing. There was a line that said, immigrants built this country. You can't build something that was already built. You can build upon, but you cannot lay the foundation. The
Oh.
foundation was already laid 200 years before people even begun to migrate in a way that they can use it and build upon. Because I mean, if we being real, when the first white immigrants came, they was not rocking with them, and they had to build upon what we had already built. And then they joined themselves to the oppressors because they wanted to raise in rank. Again, they didn't build anything. And then Shabuzi had the nerve to send out a follow up, which was a lack of an apology and a lack of taking the time to understand why what he said was incorrect and why it was offensive and why it was damaging. This man said
Mm-hmm.
black people also built this country. Oh no, babe, we laid the foundation for what this country was built upon. And I feel like he has lost his mind because why is nobody talking to this man to let him know that, hey, you're not right? I understand that your mother is an immigrant and I understand that you come from an immigrant, but you are the type of person that will allow somebody to incorrectly pronounce your name and then say, haha,
Mm,
it's a joke now. It's not.
Mm,
Correct them. That is your family's name. That is your bloodline. And you're allowing them to
mm.
disrespect you, your family, and everything that you could have stood for, but you're not standing for anything. And so now you're here where you are. And I'm gonna get off my soapbox
and that's
because
it. That's all she wrote. That's. But I think the other thing Shabuzi has to realize is, first of all, niggas won't listen to country music. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We won't. We won't. We didn't even look twice. It's two country songs that I can name that I actually enjoy. So the only reason we are listening to you is because you have a Beyonce stamp.
Mm.
Prior to that, we won't really rocking with you. So then we heard your little song, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. It had that kind of little element. I said, oh, I've heard this before. Grinding. Okay, I see what you did there. You connected the dots. Then you hopped on the Beyonce track. I said, okay, I'm gonna give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've been deleted out of my Apple Music because there's
Mm.
no reason for me to support you. So good luck. Shout out to everybody. I had fun. And moving on. Moving on because yeah, moving we're gonna just gonna
I
go.
just want to say
We're
one
just gonna
last thing. In the same way, bigots have microaggressions. Niggas who coon got micro simulations, and we need to point those certain things out, and we need to call them for what they are. Whether it's a lack of education,
Mm-hmm.
or at this point in Shabuzi's case, a lack of listening. It's
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
going in one ear and out the other, like we said. I don't know how long you had in between ignorance and doubling down. But it was ample time to have a candid conversation
mm-hmm.
with somebody who is informed and do better.
Yeah.
Yes. And not only that, he made Bernice King get on Twitter. You
Woo,
know
baby.
you really have to piss her off because the last thing she said to us was take my daddy off them flyers. That was the
Mm.
last thing she said. She said, I'm not gonna tell you no more. And I
Okay.
did not see a single MLK flyer this past January. So
Okay.
to get her on the internet and for her to type you a message and you
Mm.
still didn't take time to okay. Okay. Cause now you playing.
Yeah.
Now you playing, and we don't
Yeah.
play about Bernice. We don't. She's on a long list of people we don't play about. She's probably
Okay.
number 5. We don't play about her.
Well protected.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
what's crazy. Well, speaking of
Yeah.
playing, I want to get on Big Low and her family because I'm on Big
Ooh.
Low side. I'm
Me too.
when I
I ain't
say
gonna
I'm
hold you.
wholeheartedly on Big Glow side, and I'm on her side because it's just a prime example of the crabs in the bucket mentality.
Mm-hmm.
She made it, and now they feel entitled to bring her down either to where they are or for her to get lift them to where she is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they know how this music industry works. Like you could be hot today and not tomorrow. Ask
Mm-hmm.
Shabuzi, because that's what's about to happen to him.
Hello?
Ask Daniel Caesar. That's what happened to him.
Mm.
Okay. So my whole thing is I feel like families should not have this expectation for when you quote unquote make it, now they get to retire. Because her sister
Mm-hmm.
made the remark of like, oh, I'm still clocking in at FedEx. And you gonna clock in Monday and you gonna clock in Tuesday and you gonna clock in Wednesday.
Cause that's your
Like,
job.
that's your job. I'm doing my job. You get on the mic, hit a 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe you might something might pop for you. But at the same time, it's like you can't come for someone's money. Like, stop pocket watching. That's the thing. Stop pocket watching. You are not entitled to her money. You are not entitled to anything that she has. So, what is it? Like, what was the reason? What was the reason? Like, you do a screen, like, what did you think was gonna happen? The public was gonna come behind you and be like, we hate Big Glow. Absolutely not. This made me love her even more.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? So I just say families are a trip. Black families are a trip. They are a trip
It
because they
can
be
be.
thinking they entitled to what you got, and it's crazy because it's just like if you wouldn't ask, I probably would give it to you. But the fact that you feel entitled, I'm not giving you anything.
Mm.
Good luck at FedEx. You better pull a double today. Anyway,
For me, it was, oh, you bought our dad a car and they ain't got no gas in it. Why is that my responsibility? I bought you the car. You can drive. You have a whole car. You're blessed enough to have a vehicle to put the gas in. Why do I also have to fill it up? What is that about? That I can see if they was like, oh yeah, he lapped his insurance. No, no, no. He ain't got no gas in the car. That sounds like a personal problem at that point because you have the
yeah.
car to put the
Mhm.
gas in and you working at FedEx. So clearly the money is coming in. Why you ain't putting gas in your car? Where is your money going? Why do you need my money all the time? That's where I'm just like,
Mhm.
okay, you
Mhm.
want to be taken care of, and I get it. Nobody wants to work to live. However, that is unfortunately the society that we have been born into.
Mhm.
Play the game or get played with, and they are definitely they not
You
playing the
have
game.
options here. You have options. You
I
have
Okay.
hate
options.
when my people find success in spite of the system. I love that my people are eager to cut fair slices of that cake once they have it. But when you got people barking over your shoulder talking about just a little bit bigger of a piece,
Mm.
just a little bit bigger of a slice, it's my cake, bro. Like I
Mm-hmm.
could put this shit back in the fridge and eat one slice every day whenever I
Yep.
want to. It doesn't have to run out quicker just
Mhm.
because I did something and my abundance is reflected now.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Mhm.
Very interesting.
Wild
It
times.
goes back to that crabs in a bucket. It's like, you know, this isn't your cake. You know you ain't climbed that high, but yet and still you want to be there. That's what you want, and it's just like you feel like you should be accommodated without doing any extra work.
Mhm.
That's
Fucking crazy. That's crazy.
yeah,
That's some
yeah.
crazy ass shit.
That's fair. Yeah. So what you done seen over here in this internet street, Savior? What's
I
going on
seen
on your timeline?
I seen criticism. Criticism
Mm.
of a couple of hip hop MCs that control the mainstream. And this is what I need people to understand, okay? This is nothing new. And in the same way, there are spiritual patterns that repeat throughout history and make the material world that we know today. That is true if you look at a specific subfacet of society. When we're talking about the spiritual realm of the hip hop mainstream, okay? Um, there's one man who shall not be named who was never in the big three, and then there's the other two, okay? Firstly, Cole dropped the classic, and if you think otherwise, I fear you are a hater. Give it another spin, give it
Mhm.
another listen. But you cannot tell me that one of the best storytellers and rappers of this time is going to drop a self-proclaimed magnum opus after over a decade of work, and that should be ass. That is actually his best body of work, in my opinion. If you saying that it's not even good, you are hating. That's number one. Number two, J. Cole wanted a slap box. I saw this beautiful analogy on an Instagram reel. J. Cole wanted a slap box. Let's go back to 2024, okay? J. Cole wanted a slap box. You know, when you slap box, you want to prove that you got hands. You know what I'm saying? But low key, 8 times out of 10, one of them just land a little too clean, and the homie might want to fade for real,
That is
right?
true. Mhm. We
One of them
not
land a
playing
little
no
too
more.
clean. Exactly. And J. Cole was just willing to prove that he got hands. But Kenny was walking into the shit like, no, no, I'm closing my hand, bruh. If you ain't closing your hand, if you ain't making a fist, you
Hmm.
should you should circle back and rethink that. You might need to delete that later. And he did. Okay. I don't know why it's made so much bigger than that.
Mm.
J. Cole has never been a fist fight kind of man. He could have the gun bars. He could have that. But like when you really tap in, like there's been multiple people who have called this. Like J. Cole is not like that, bro. J. Cole is not like that. You could speak on the contradictions. I'm not gonna lie, that mixtape was mid. You ain't hating if you saying that mixtape is mid. But this album, he dropped his own magnum opus, self-proclaimed. You can't be hating. And now a final point. I'm just speaking on hip hop right now because a lot of y'all be blowing shit up, and it's just like I need y'all to just take a step back, see the bigger picture, and sometimes it makes a lot more sense. Number three, you remember when Tupac went in, he got out around like what 95 on that fabricated sexual assault case after
Okay.
getting shot.
I think he passed away in '94 though.
Nah,
Okay.
or am I tripping? No, I think he got.
Don't know.
No, I think he was incarcerated for the false sexual assault um around 1995. Either way, when he was in doing time in the
Mhm.
90s, he came out a different man
Mm-hmm.
because the people closest to him let fear overcome the love that they ever received from him, right? They
Mhm.
did him wrong. He came out saying fear is always going to be stronger than love. Remember that. Trust nobody. And he took up the spirit of Machiavelli, right?
Mhm.
Machiavelli is a spirit who anticipates war, recognizes that they are navigating, garnering power and influence in a space that guarantees conflict because it is based on a certain level of exploitation and trying to monopolize a certain amount of resource and attention. So he lied on people
Mhm.
and people lied on him. But he wasn't afraid to lie on people because people had lied on him to the point where he almost lost his life multiple times. So he saw how cruel it was. He saw the dichotomy of fear and love navigating throughout the hearts of the people around him. And the spirit of Machiavelli is something that moves predictively, right? It starts the war before it lands on its front doorstep. It would rather have the high ground and start the war than be caught by surprise. I
Mhm.
need y'all to understand that this is a spirit within the hip hop mainstream. It's a pattern. Kenny is the new crown of this spirit. Drake and Kenny lied on each other, bruh. That's how it works. It's narrative control. It is masters of the law of influence and trying to manipulate it as best as they can for their long-term safety, longevity, control,
Mhm.
power. This is what they're playing, bruh. So I really just don't understand why we continue to look to objectively the BIPOC bourgeois as these political pundits of certain remarks, of certain influence, of certain takes, when we need to recognize that they are just navigating a space of garnering a certain amount of power. And this is what they know they signed up for. Okay. Whether he wants to just leave it in the music and not speak on it on stage at the Grammys, or whether he wants to speak on it on stage at the Grammys and not put it in the music, like it don't matter. It don't matter because it's always just gonna be perspectives and it's always just gonna be us chatting about it.
Mhm.
Now, what I think would be cool as fuck, right? You got an almost black billionaire, right? And right now we need 5 B's, okay? We need
Mhm.
books, we need blicks, we need boycotts, okay? We need less billionaires and we need the preservation of black bodies. Okay. So
Yeah.
if you are part of the black bourgeois, if you are damn near a billionaire, yo, get us some organization, bruh.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
have that. You have that, and we need it right now in a time more than ever. So I'm not looking to the remarks, bruh. I don't care about that. I really don't. What I think would be cool is some capital investment by the black bourgeois class who may like
Mhm.
to profit off of these messages but never actually support the actualization of a reality behind those messages.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
So y'all need to stop saying that it's about the messenger. That's what's wrong with art. Okay? Take them for their message, and if they are not vehicles, embodiments of their message, then call them out for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. We're looking to statements. Fuck the small talk. I want action. You know what I
Agreed.
mean?
I'm
I
with
don't
you.
care about
Yeah.
you being
Mm-hmm.
a man of your word, bruh. Actions speak louder than words. Always been the
Mhm.
case.
Yep.
Get us Glock 27 fit snug in the waistline. We all need one right now. We all need one right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
getting scary
No,
out
I
here.
agree. Yeah, you better put the people on. You
Okay.
better you when I said this is what you call using a platform. Like this is why
Mm-hmm.
we do this and this is why we have the platform that we have. Because when we first started this, I was like, dang, I don't know if we're just talking to dead air. Like I it's just us yapping, but I'm realizing like the more we are present on the internet, the more people are like, "Oh, like I have the same thoughts they do." Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the one that's going to be standing at the front of the line in the protest. However, I got money and I will put my money towards whatever cause it is, whatever thing I need to pour into because
Mm-hmm.
I know that we got to attack this at different angles. It's not all about trajectory and doing it in one fashion or one way. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, the billionaires, hold them accountable. You're giving your money and you're attending their concerts, you're buying their music, you're buying their merch. Okay, so what are you doing with that? Are you pouring back into the community? Are you building schools? Are you putting institutions in place for children to have after school like what are we doing? What are you
Mm-hmm.
doing a foundation? So I completely agree. Like holding it accountable. Where is my money going?
Mm-hmm.
One more thing too, yo, if No Name can put that book club to that much scale, being pretty old No Name, don't cause she only had a glimpse of the mainstream, and y'all are lucky, and y'all are
Mhm.
lucky, and it ain't over, it ain't over, but stock investments, more entities. Niggas, we need guns. Okay, we understand. We understand that you deserve it all. Okay, but like,
Mhm.
even just like you rapping about that, like you deserve it all. Okay, but like, think about who's really gonna protect you long term though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Who's really gonna protect you long term when all this shit
Yeah.
comes crumbling down? Those investors, the you want the united front behind you, okay? And we
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
playing yo music as the anthem when we finally get the level of organization, when we
Mhm.
are able to go on these streets and feel a little bit safer about it because we're actually in oneness.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yes.
So do y'all feel
Love
like
it.
it's just the money aspect that would get us to where we need to be? Because I feel for me, I feel like everybody has their own uh job or duty within the organization of getting us to where we need to be. And I feel like yes, we need money, but I feel like we also need leaders. We need people who will do the organization, who will spread the word, but in a way that is not co-optable. Like I feel like
Mm.
people try to co-opt our movements all the time. Like I mean, look at Black
Mhm.
Lives Matter. It turned into so many other people are like, oh, these lives matter, these lives matter. But the thing about it is we never said all lives don't matter. We just said black lives should Black lives matter.
Yeah.
Period. Because we're being treated as if we don't. And so we feel like it needs to be said because clearly we're not getting what we need, or
Mhm.
we're not being treated as if we do. And so for them to turn around and say, "Oh, well, all lives matter. Blue lives matter. These lives matter." Blue is not even a color, a person, but it became a whole movement. And so it's just like
Mhm.
I'm curious, what type of people do we need in the movement, or to make the movement to where we need it to be, because we all understand that our leaders were killed. They were murdered by the government. We all understand that. We all have watched MLK and the FBI finally say, "Oh yeah, he wasn't dead when he was shot." And by the way, it was also us. Okay, you got Medgar Evers. You got what is his name? Leader of the Black Panthers, Fred Hampton. Got him.
Mhm.
It's literally like we watched, not us, but our parents, and that is within us. Our parents watched our leaders be killed, and it's just like, to be a leader now today, I know that people are scared, but it's just like, what all do we need to really really genuinely get another movement like the civil rights movement, because we need something, and we all know that, because it's protesting, it's not working. I've stood outside on a corner
Mhm.
by myself with my own sign yelling at people, And I had no problem with it. However, I understand that that didn't change anything. It didn't move anything. And these protests are not moving anything. I mean, kids are being shot in school. Like that's
Mhm.
and there were protests all the time, but there was no changes. Like what could we do? Like who are the people that we need? And like how do we make a movement for real?
Unfortunately, in this late capitalist society, money is definitely a big part of it still, because the money is going to create procurement, stockpiling, and access of what we need and what people need to have the ability to exercise their right to go on a general strike. What's the number? Like, I think we just need like just over 10 million people
Mhm.
for, I don't know exactly the amount of time. I don't remember that exact stat, but it's not a lot. It's really not a lot to have an effective general strike. But people can't do it because we're too busy being employees, because we're
Mm,
too
Mhm.
busy being one bill away from being half a bill away shy of homelessness, half a bill away from fridge being empty. Electric bill is only going up. It's probably going to triple by this time next year if these data centers don't slow the fuck down. So it's
No.
like
Mhm.
all these things stacked on top of each other. People need rent assistance, food assistance, and unhoused people, people struggling with homelessness, need to be saved from being on the streets, because they are the first people who get negatively impacted by a lot of even these peaceful protests,
Mhm.
and are obviously going to continue to be targeted by the Fed and the state whenever they decide to do their lovely fascism in whatever urban environment they bring violence to.
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
Is those things right there. Like, even if it's using your incorporation, your LLC, to get some, to rent office spaces, like just so those people are indoors, you know what I'm saying, not
Mhm.
out in the cold. Like it's even things as simple as that that make all the difference,
Yeah.
so I don't know the intricacies of other resources outside of money. I don't know the intricacies
Mhm.
of, all the networks of education, right? And propaganda against the propaganda that are going to be very important in the long term.
mm-hmm,
Um, but as for right now, we need, like I said, books, blicks, boycotts, and a general strike. You know what I mean? Like, plain and simple. And there are people who have made it to high places with a lot of money and resources who do have the ability to do so, and maybe they're afraid of dying.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I like that point that you brought up. So two points that I had. The first one is when you talk about education. I don't know if y'all are realizing, but charter schools are becoming more and more popular.
yep,
And
Mm,
charter school education can be more controlled. For
mm,
example, I work in nonprofit, and right now we are battling with schools closing down because enrollment is low. But the schools are closing down, but the charter schools are buying the spaces because
wow.
they want education to be more controlled. And then the other point that you mentioned where people need rental assistance, they need food, they're unhoused, that's built by design. So you can't focus on coming together as a community because you're like, okay, someone's like, can you donate $10 to our cause? It's going to help us do X, Y, and Z. And you're just like, bro, I need this $10 to my
mm-hmm,
cause. And so it's built by design because they want us to be in this space of like panic and chaos. And so we can't rally behind each other. We can't come together as a community because you're only thinking in a silo. I got my family to take care of. I have me to take care of. I don't have time to focus on everything else that's happening. I can't go to a protest because I got to be at work. I got to work a double actually.
Mm,
I can't give because I need that money for my light bill. So it's crazy that you mentioned that because I've been thinking about like how it's just built by design. Like the stress is put in there, the chaos is put in there. So you can't focus. So we can't come together as a community. So I would say just start building your community. Talk to your neighbors. Hey, let's do a dinner. Like let's get together. Let's just come together, be together And so we just need more community now more than ever.
Agreed.
That was a good point, like the forced individualism.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be
Yeah.
people of people.
Mm-hmm.
That only gets more true the more melanin you got, from what I know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we also know what also gets true the more melanin you got in this country. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
they got the antithesis real down pat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all built by design, but we're doing our best. We're doing what we can. We're doing
Mm-hmm.
the best we can with what we got. Word to Mariah. Okay.
More word to Mariah Carey, MC squared, honey.
Okay. All right. So today we're talking creation, purpose, and calling. So I'm going to start with a question. Is creativity a calling or a responsibility?
It has to be a combination of both.
Hold on. Chanel, I think you're muted.
You're right.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, there we go. All right. Sorry, Xavier. Go
No,
ahead.
you're good. Calling or responsibility has to be a combination of both. What people need to realize about creativity is that artists are shunned for a reason,
Mm,
and artists are being forced into a system that counts who they influence as a tally rather than the start of something infinite.
mm,
And that's the law of influence. What people don't realize when you count up these streams on certain music, when you count up the people in a room when you're performing a new piece, yeah, you can count a finite number of people, right? Whether it be, even billions of streams or a dozen people in the room with you. But the energy that you provide with what you create is not just a tally, is not just a number that could be summed up.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a song and it shifts your behavior for even 3 minutes after the song. Just that behavior shift in those 3 minutes after the song. And we know what happens, right? Dopamine fires, you think a little differently. Those 3 minutes of behavior change after the song carry into the rest of your day, whether you know it or not,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whether it be you walking to and from work and you got your headphones and it makes that walk a little bit easier, right? Whether it's getting hyped before a certain game or competition, whether it's getting hype at the function, right? Like it's all still a level of energy technology at the end of the day.
mm-hmm.
So that small change in behavior is going to leave that person and change someone else that they might interact with that day, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like
Mm-hmm.
the start of a web that can never be stifled to just a number. No matter how much money you might make, it's still just a finite number.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many streams you might get, no matter how many views, likes you might get, it's still just a finite number. But if you make one person say, I felt that, that is guaranteed the start of something infinite. That is
Mm-hmm.
guaranteed the start of a web of interactions and energy transfers that were changed ever so slightly by you at the beginning. So artists need to recognize that the responsibility within their calling, creators need to recognize that the responsibility within their calling is holding on to that law of influence and doing right by it and not trying to exploit it, right?
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of people who know that certain messages are going to catch on
Mm-hmm.
because of unproductive behavior that it might cause.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be as sensitive to the times as you are to yourself and create with intention. and respect the law of influence, because they want to tell you that it's just a tally. They
Hmm.
want to tell you that it's a finite count. But no, you start something forever. Cycles of hatred or love can spark from you touching one person with your message.
Yeah. So creativity is energy,
Yeah.
and energy is infinite, and energy can transfer. Yeah, I definitely get that. I would agree that it's a responsibility within your calling. Or I would say, for me, I would say creativity is a calling, and you're responsible for what you do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So yeah, I definitely agree, and I would that would be my only tweak. I would definitely, I absolutely wholeheartedly agree that you are responsible for what you create and how you, or what you put out there, because people will create. I mean, it's a spectrum. You know, you have the good, the bad, and the in between. And honestly, whew, yeah, it's so much type. It's so many different types of creativity too. Like there's so many things to create. So yeah, because I know like sometimes people think of creativity as like art, but I mean somebody had to create the blinds that are on your windows. That's art,
Mm.
but people don't always visualize it as art, or even like organization things or organization items. Maybe everybody thinks that everything that you put or that you grab for organization is a tub. No, you can grab a good little what are them little you get, it's all different types of organizational things.
Hmm.
There's a whole store. It's called a container store. It's all different types of containers for you to store different types of things. Somebody had
Mm-hmm.
to design every single one of those containers.
Hmm.
So it's creativity everywhere. And yeah, not all of it's good, not all of it's bad, but and you are responsible for what you do with your creativity, or how your creativity is going to impact others.
I agree. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be Debbie Downer.
Come on now.
And everybody don't need no platform. Everybody
That's
doesn't.
fair.
Mm.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You do
Agreed.
not deserve the influence.
No, but you don't, because you got niggas on podcasts being misogynistic and putting these things into men's head.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas think they the prize.
Yep.
No,
That
absolutely
transferable
not.
energy. Mm-hmm.
Some people are irresponsible with their creativity, and it does harm. It does so much harm when you have the wrong people who went into Best Buy and decided that they were going to get podcast equipment. Like, it just, so everybody does not deserve to have that platform where their creativity is put towards the forefront. But then that does harm to the people who really want to, create good energy and put that back into the atmosphere. So I'm on the train that everybody don't deserve that platform. Like, it's not meant for everybody to have.
So it may be a calling, but not everybody need to pick up that phone.
Yep.
Okay.
Let it go to
Okay.
voicemail
Yeah.
and listen to it later in
Yeah.
another life. Not this one. Not this one.
It
Not
Okay.
takes
this one. Maybe another one, but not this one. Not the one I'm in.
That's a good
Not
segue to my next question. How do you know when you're aligned with your purpose? So if they're not supposed to be picking up the phone to create, because that's not the alignment, that's not their alignment.
Mhm.
How do you know when you're aligned with your purpose?
I feel like when you're aligned in your purpose, like this. When you meet people who are on that same wavelength as you, and you're going at that same pace, that's when you knew. Like, Xavier, when you logged on and I felt your energy, I said, "Oh, this is what me and Shanti are supposed to be doing." Like, this is why we're doing the podcast. This is why we're putting our content out there. This is why we're networking in the way that we're networking. When it's not in alignment, it's not going to do well for you. So, for instance, B Simone, and I think her name is Megan, right? They were
Mm-hmm.
doing a podcast together. They had been friends since like childhood. As they're doing the podcast, they're realizing that they're not aligned. Like, they're on two totally different like wavelengths. Creativity is not aligned.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritually, they were not aligned, and they ended up not being friends. Like, They have nothing to do
Wait,
with
like
each
after that
other.
podcast?
After that podcast, they are not friends. They may be cordial, but they're nowhere near as close. And just a moment of transparency, Ashanti and I hit a bump in the road as well when we were trying to, get this podcasting going. And we realized that our friendship is worth 10 times more than this podcast will ever be.
100%.
But we had,
Mm-hmm.
her and I had to get back into alignment and like have
Mm-hmm.
a conversation of like, okay, what are expectations? What are those things that we need to make sure that this works? So when you're in alignment, you're gonna know it's gonna flow, it's gonna come out like butter.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not, you're gonna go through turmoil, you're gonna go through pain. Like your passion should come easy. Creativity should come easy. If you're working
Mm-hmm.
uphill and the shit is not working, baby, you need to go back and rethink. You need to rethink.
Heavy on that. I think people need to be a lot more self-aware of their nervous system
Mm-hmm.
because it'll tell you, it'll be buzzing when it can't just be, right? People need to be a lot more observant of their feelings in a certain moment, and like you said, a certain ease of things flowing. If you're able to be, right, even if you're on like the struggling independent artist route where it's like the systemic challenges, the fiscal challenges that are mounted against you are your uphill battle, that should be the only thing in your environment that is making
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you can't be, because in every other moment outside of that, like you said, you need to be surrounding yourself with like-minded people. You need to be
Mm-hmm.
surrounding yourself with people who are also there to be and intentionally be. So I think it's very calculated how they want to separate our emotional awareness in times like
Mm-hmm.
these. And that's a very big facet of this trend of anti intellectualism.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be educated in order to know yourself to a certain extent and be self aware and put language to certain feelings and communicate those things so you can be. So people just need to tap in with themselves. If you feel like you're just being right now, then
Mm-hmm.
you're in your purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. And it's funny that you say that because that was one of the things that we talked about last episode, just resetting our nervous system and being able to be at peace and exist and move forward in that peace. And I agree wholeheartedly with both of y'all. We are aligned with this podcast, and I love
Mm-hmm.
that for us. It really started out as a drunk conversation at homecoming. And now we're here,
That's
and I
dope.
love that.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
love that. So, with that being said, can rest be a part of the creativity process?
Hell
I
yeah.
would say for sure. Yeah. One thing about me, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
Midday, if I'm
Period.
stressed, baby, I'm
Okay.
laying down. I'm gonna take a nap. And actually, it's crazy because I spoke to my supervisor about that too. Because he was like, I see that you're stressed and those different things. What can I do to support you? I said, can I just have an hour on my calendar where it's like silent time? Tell you right now, I'm gonna be napping. He was like, if that's what you need to do that. Put it on your calendar as your quiet hour. Do with that quiet hour what you must. So I have an hour on my calendar.
Love that.
Sometimes I nap, sometimes I don't, but I just literally sit in silence. Shanti, no, I can ride in silence. Like it's something about nothing playing, nothing doing, nothing going that just it scratches the back of my brain like no other. So yes, rest 110%. You need to rest because you cannot continue to produce good content if you are not resting, if you're not taking
Hmm.
time to pause, reflect, okay, is this hitting the way that I need it to hit? If you're just putting out content, if you're just content dumping, it's pointless.
Agreed. I feel like I need rest just to rejuvenate. I feel like I do have the tendency to just go and go and go and go and just ignore what my body needs. But that's something that I am working on to maintain my alignment because I don't want to be frazzled and then end up doing something that I'm not meant to do because I'm not even aligned with myself, so I don't know what's aligned with me anyway. And so I agree that rest, and it allows for new ideas to come in because when you're going and going and going, it can turn into like a one track mind or just like just just being in your head a little bit too much. But like resting allows you to welcome in other energy and calm yourself so that you can better understand what's even happening around you.
Mhm. I agree.
I think without rest, my subconscious and I would still be strangers.
Hmm.
I'm 21 and I feel like I have a pretty hefty spoonful of like lore and interactions socially, personally within my family. A nice mixture of shit I was born into and shit I could say, "Oh no, I got to be accountable for that." And during rest, I'm able to regard that as my philosophy. And that's the way I like to accept a lot of it. But I can't do that when I'm in a constant cycle of, like y'all said, like dumping out, dumping out, dumping out. Because
Mhm.
in the same way, it's so unproductive to not be appreciative of your goals and milestones once you achieve them, right? We have like a big, like, workaholic culture in, yeah, all ethnic households at this point, really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, we just like treat certain achievements like, oh, well, well, that shit happened. You know what I mean? Because we're like coded
Mhm.
for survival. Like,
Hmm.
well, yeah, that needed to happen, or else like we be in dire times right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like that happened in spite of the things that are against us, right? So like we need to take time to
Exactly.
celebrate ourselves.
Hmm.
You do that during rest. You need
Mhm.
to take time
Mm.
to celebrate, a certain achievement you might have made, or celebrate accepting a part of your story that made you uncomfortable and brought you pain at a prior time in life. You do that in rest because like doing it in the action is reaffirming within you that you deserve to just be in spite of everything that happened, right? So you gotta give that subconscious mind just like space to podcast in your own mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah.
y'all, but I have a very clear like narrative voice.
Mm.
Oh yeah, me and her, real bad.
Yeah. I got a
Real
narrator
bad.
who's like the best user of imagery ever, right? Like I hear the words first and then I see the words. Like it's like a read aloud like storybook in my mind.
Mhm.
And I recognize how ugly that storybook gets when I'm not rested.
Mhm. Yeah. Would you say you're a ruminator?
Yeah.
Bad, very bad. Like I ruminate so bad, but then I ruminate to the point that I start negative self talking, and then the
Mm.
negative self talk, we in a deep pit. And I have worked extremely hard to know when I'm ruminating so bad. Like I'll have a conversation with someone and maybe they don't react in the way that I thought they would, so then I could have my reaction, and then I'm ruminating on like, okay, why did I say that? I should have said something different. I
Oh
should
my
have did that
gosh.
situation differently. Now you're a bad person. They hate you. They don't love you. You should just go ahead and go. Just go somewhere
Not
and
gonna
fall
be
off a
great in your
bridge
lavender.
because but
Wait.
then they'll send like LOL at the end of the sentence. I'm like, "Oh, everything's fine. I'm great. They love me now." So it's like I don't know why my brain goes to that extreme of like when people don't react in the way that I think they should. I'm like, they hate me,
Mm.
they don't love me. You should just not even exist. And I go down this deep rabbit hole, and then it's like it's really not that deep. Like when I look back on all the stuff that I was ruminating on, I'm like, bro, you're crazy.
Uh,
You need to go see that lady. You need to go see that lady.
but you've done the work, so.
I'm
And it
trying.
takes the acknowledgement to like really understand like what's going on.
Yeah.
I like what Xavier said about celebrating like those moments,
Mhm.
like because me, I would have been like acknowledge them, but genuinely just celebrating self and celebrating what you've been through, because it's going to get you further because you've already been through it. Like, hey, this is how it went. I ain't really like how this went. Let me change some things, because you cannot change the past, but you can do better in the future. And
Right.
so I do find myself ruminating, but also I have a problem where I will create an entire scenario. The scenario is created. Why are you not following the storybook? But I had to realize, like, these are completely different people. I can't make people do what I want them to do. Like, it's just going to be what it is, and that's okay. And learning to accept and celebrate that, hey, this is what happened. What do I want to change? Do I want to change anything? And if going back to the serenity prayer, what is it? Is God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Mm.
You can't change the past. Like, if it
Mhm.
already happened, it already happened. It. I wish we had a time machine, but we don't. And taking the time to celebrate how far you've come, because at the end of the day, life is gonna keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Mhm.
day is gonna come. At the end of the day gotta end.
The
What that girl say?
Mm.
big shout out to Big Glow, because at the end of
Okay.
the day literally has to end. And I love that you brought up that fact, Shanti, that keep going, because I'm ruminating, but the other person is literally not even thinking about what just happened between us. They have literally moved on from the conversation, and I am sulking in it, and they're just gone. So yeah, I just have to really stop. I don't even know how we got on that, but I just needed to point out that I'm a ruminator and I've been working on it.
I
Ruminators
have a
unite.
rebuttal for that though. I have a rebuttal
Okay.
for that though.
Okay.
I think the vast majority of people also be ruminating. We just gotta talk about how we be ruminating together so we could ruminate a
Okay.
little less. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
You're on to something. You're on to
I like that.
something. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Communication really is key.
Mhm.
Hmm.
You don't
Who would have
say.
thought?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Look
Okay.
at
yeah.
us.
So, to move the conversation along, what fears stop people from creating freely? Because we've talked about
Oh.
resting and to create or to, I guess, get your creative process moving. But what can stop people from creating? Like, what fears, or what fears do you guys have that may stop you guys from creating?
Mine is secondhand embarrassment. I don't like the way my
Mm.
voice sounds sometimes. I feel like I sound like a child. And I think that stops me from like for instance, when we were doing the Black History Month facts,
I
it
remember.
literally took me an hour and a half to do one 50-second video, because I was like, I don't like how I look. My voice sounds weird. I'm stumbling. People aren't even going to watch this. Like, it's just in my head. I am such a negative self-talker. I need to work on that. Like, that is my fear, is like people are gonna be like, why is Chanel doing this? That looks dumb. Like, but the thing is, I've gotten the opposite reactions. Like, somebody
Hmm.
messaged me today, they were like, you are so adorable. Oh my
You
God.
are.
Like, all I did was say a Black History fact. Like, what? So I think my fear comes from like my negative self-talk, and like how I view myself, and how I view myself, I think other people view me, but it's actually the total opposite. So
Hmm. I'm gonna piggyback over that and say that having an environment where there's a lack of assurance like, Chanel, I think your voice is very easy on the ears and I could listen to it all day. We need more people around us, once again, like minds. Like, I'm not trying to
mm-hmm.
ask for a yes man. Give me constructive criticism when it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Please, please do. At the same time, I know when I just did some cool shit, and I know when I just worked pretty hard to do some cool shit.
Hmm.
And I would appreciate if you at least acknowledge the hard work. You might not have to say that it's cool, but like, give me a pat on the back or something. And I feel
Yeah.
like they always try to like stifle it, especially like my generation, like at least the younger half of it, call that shit glazing. Like, bruh, like greatness deserves to get glazed. Y'all never heard of glazing?
We aunties don't know
Okay,
about the
Ooh,
glazing now.
TTO, baby,
Yeah,
glazing,
teach
what?
give us the rundown because auntie
all right,
don't know.
so
What is
so
this?
glazing is basically like over complimenting, like
Mm.
over in my opinion it's just like people being hateful toward like people just giving flowers for real,
Mm-hmm.
right? And obviously like there's the comedic side of it, like there's certain skits people might do on the internet, like if you like wingman in your boy, you're gonna hype him up and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna glaze him in order to, even if you might say shit that's untrue, you know. But like more generally glazing is, it's just a negative word because it's rooted in being against giving people compliments and
Mm.
giving people their flowers while they're still here to smell them. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And especially, I have two younger siblings, so it's just like we got a myriad of young Gen Z in my family. Um, so I recognize that I'm not hip to certain things as well, and there's like there's a trend of hating, like literally like being a hater. Like I'm like, oh
Why?
man, like,
Why the youngins
and it's
so
just,
mad?
let's just, I love hateration, but let's
Mhm.
like do informed hateration. Like let's talk
Okay,
about
Mary
like,
J.
Okay.
Mary Blige. Hater. We don't need no hateration. No
Okay, no,
holleration.
no
You know
holleration.
what? That is
And
going to
that's a
be the name of this episode. We don't need
okay.
no hateration or holleration. Yes,
there we
that is
go.
the name of the episode. Shanti's like, let me write that down.
I want I want more informed hateration. Like let's there's a lot of things that deserve hate way more than another human. I don't know.
N-
Let's talk about these data
let's
centers.
let's
Let's get
talk
informed
about
about the
it.
Hello,
hateration on these data centers.
Okay,
There's a lot of shit to
come
hate
on
like
right there.
now.
You know what I mean? So it's like you want to invent these terms like glazing, hating. This is a whole side tangent. What I'm trying to say is search for those like minds.
hmm
For real. Like I really think like at the base of it, like I said earlier, regardless of like the fiscal stress or systemic stress that
Mm-hmm.
you might be facing in terms of getting opportunities to put yourself out there
Mm-hmm.
and, leverage what you've built, behind the scenes is just as if not more important. And if that shit is low vibrational, you should not be surprised about what the world is giving you, right? And I know certain
Yeah.
people don't have the liberty. There are artists who are literally, teenagers, children. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole spectrum
What do they
of.
call that? Nepotism? Is that what that's called?
not all the time because Monica started as a teenager
Mm.
and she just started in the
Something like
church
that.
for real. So it's a lot. So nepotism would
Hmm.
be more so like your daddy did that Washington.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm.
Not you, your daddy's son. Hey.
Hello, because I ain't gonna hold you. His son definitely be acting. I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, that's my favorite type of nepotism.
That's my favorite. I'm dead. Yeah.
I
Okay.
definitely agree with y'all. For me, is I be in my head and I'm like, I like it, or I have so many ideas, and I'm like, I want to do all of them, and it's like I
Mm-hmm.
don't give myself the time because I've already recorded it, but I also have to edit it. But at the
Hmm.
point where I need to edit it, I'm trying to record something else. I want to
Yeah.
like so it's
Yeah.
like it's so many things, and it's like the Tasmanian tornado to just
Mm.
that's in my head, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like I want to do so much. It's not necessarily a fear, but it's a lot. I don't know
Mm.
how to what word would encompass that, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
that's what's stopping me from creating because then I get overwhelmed. I'm like, I got so much that I want to do, so much that I still have to do, so much,
Mm-hmm.
and then whole time I still have to do like my regular taking care
Mm.
of myself and other things. Like I do my nails every 2 weeks, but then I'll find myself getting bored because I
Yeah.
want to do something else. But I know I need to do my nails because
Mm-hmm.
who am I without nails? Like,
You
I don't know.
nobody. You're a
It
lost
sounds
soul.
like I think it's like
I
I
wouldn't say
think
I'm
it's
nobody.
creative constipation. It's creative
Yeah.
constipation. Like you don't got a lack of shit to get out. It's just that there's so much shit and not enough of a pause, wide enough exit for it to like get out there. You know what I mean? So like the exit is getting stockpiled and people ain't the shit ain't able to get
Mm-hmm.
out.
Right.
I love the emotion wheel you have.
You said the who?
The emotion wheel that you have.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to learn my emotions and all of that, you know. Yeah, I've been ignoring them my whole life, but hey, we're getting back to
Yeah,
that. Let me.
gotta acknowledge it. No, that wheel right there definitely saved me from like making like certain dumb decisions at certain moments. Because my therapist was like, "Yo, please, 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 you ever feel overwhelmed? Just glance at this. Just glance at it. Just glance at it. Just ponder it, just for a moment." And yeah, then I start really digging into it, and then I might even journal.
Yeah, I journal every morning. And
Hmm.
I ask myself, how do I feel? But also, it's just like a brain dump. It's not like, oh, I have
Right,
something specific. It's like, I woke up this morning. Let me just take all the thoughts that are swirling in my head right now and just put them on paper.
right.
Hmm.
There was
You do
also
that?
something with rest that I was thinking about earlier. Like I don't know about y'all, but I be getting dreams. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've only had I've only had one lucid dream my entire life. Um, but aside from that, I'm just a character in the plot. You know what
That's
I
it.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I just I just have to go with the wind of the subconscious and whatever's about to happen. Um, so a lot of times like I'll have like bizarre like plots, but like real life people in the plots.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not
Mm.
like completely like fabricated versions of the character. Like it usually is pretty accurate, but certain parts and certain moments might be a little tweaked, and might be a little more sensitive to them because I think like certain things I might subconsciously think about people or about myself show up in them
Hmm.
in my
Okay.
dreams.
Interesting. Do you
So,
know the people always?
oh yeah, most
Interesting.
of the time,
Mm. Because I
most of
was
the time.
watching this thing on Netflix, and it was like everyone in your dream, your brain has seen, like you've seen all those people. So like your brain is
Mm,
constantly scanning. Yes, every person, even if you don't recognize the people in your dream, you have seen them. It is impossible for your brain to make up a person. So every person,
really?
every stranger that you interact in your dream, you've seen them, and your brain has taken a mental note because it's impossible for your brain to create a person.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Really?
That's what the Netflix documentary said
He said,
because
I
it was
ain't
about
never.
dreams.
I ain't
That's
never
what the
met you
Netflix doc.
before.
Because think about it, you're in public all the time. You're constantly
Yeah,
scanning
that is
people and
true. That is
faces,
true. That is
so
true.
it's like you're just kind of storing them for characters in your dream later.
But
Hmm.
all right, so in a dream, yeah. But like obviously if you were to like paint somebody, then it would be like maybe like some amalgamation
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of facial
Mhm.
features or like whatever you're just
Mhm.
thinking about in that
A
moment. But
combination.
in a dream, yeah. I mean, yeah, only people I've had conversations with do I remember the faces of
You can
in my
open it. They can't
dreams.
hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think yeah, rest like actually sleeping is essential
Yeah.
cuz
Mhm.
like I said, like I would literally not have a good relationship and understanding of my subconscious, of like that deeper level of awareness. Like
Mhm.
is not just you. You know what I mean? Like everybody's all at once together. Like
Yeah.
having that level of awareness, I literally would not be able to think in it while I'm awake if I
Mm-mm.
didn't rest.
Would be on a psych med
Okay.
Right,
for sure.
right.
Would be on somebody's Ritalin, somebody something.
I think
Cause
my version of schizophrenia is gonna be lit.
All right.
and wrapping that up. Cause
So, can we get back to this glazing topic? I need to better understand. like,
Yeah.
I feel
So
like, well, did we ever finish that? 'Cause-
like I'm trying to give like maybe I could give like a better example of like no it's just like conventionally used to like downplay compliments to shun
Mm-hmm.
complimenting for real like I can't
Interesting.
better explain it I'm
no,
trying
I
to think
get
of like a
you.
good example. I'm trying to
No,
think of a better example like
for me, glazing has just a different connotation, and so it's just like since it's being used in a negative way, it's like okay, I get it. Like, because we used to be like, oh, you on dick, like if
right.
you were exactly, and it's just like taking it a
That's
little bit
pretty much that's
further,
basically
and it's
glazing.
like,
That's basically glazing. That's basically glazing.
but why are
Like
they taking
Is
it
it
so
like
far?
jocking? Is that what jocking means? Like you jocking? Is that what that you
jocking?
jock?
I
Yeah,
don't
is
I
that
don't use that terminology. I don't know.
Shanti?
It's
This is
going
for us.
down. Okay.
No, because people be like you jocking, or you
Yeah.
I
you
know the
jocking, or you
move.
joshing.
Yeah. No,
Like
I
I
got
don't.
you.
Is that the
Hmm.
same? Is that the same?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
It's
just
on the same
okay.
Okay.
page.
Same
Yeah.
word.
It's a
It's
All
whole.
right.
no slang is new. No slang is
No.
I need an
yeah.
urban dic. I need to read the Urban
Yeah.
Dictionary. Clearly, it's been
Girl.
updated, and
Like
I was not
oh,
aware.
like for example, like if you ever see I'm gonna use a basketball reference. You ever see like the older sports commentators, especially in the basketball space,
Mm-hmm.
completely inflate, I would say,
Hmm.
the physicality or skill level of, a past era in the NBA and the players in it
Mm-hmm.
compared to the
Hmm.
modern players. If you ask me, it's two different games, right? Because
Yeah.
there's certain things that would easily been a carry, easily would have been a travel. You know what I mean? Most advanced move you had, 40 years ago was a damn step through, right? Let alone
Hmm.
Sheesh.
a step back, right?
Hmm.
So for example, the old heads be glazing Jordan or, be glazing him, be glazing him. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Like saying like, oh, or glazing that era saying, oh, this modern player wouldn't be shit in the older era, even
Mm.
though he's the shit right now. Okay, why are you glazing the
Yeah.
old era? You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
he would
Yeah.
adjust, it's like, yeah, it's basically dick riding, but like not
Yeah.
really. Because
Okay.
Yeah.
people use it like more freely. People use it more freely.
I,
Okay.
I I just don't understand why they take it so far. This glazing, it's just like, why use that word? There was no other word.
Mm.
I don't know.
Okay.
Mm.
But
I
I
don't
get
All
it.
know.
righty.
Okay. All
Y'all
right.
ever seen the
Well,
gif of the Krispy Kreme donut getting glazed?
Well, that's what I automatically assume dessert.
That
But
is kind of
anyway, we're
synonymous with
gonna
that
just
gif. Yeah, it's goofy. It's
yeah.
goofy.
yeah, right. We gonna end that there.
All right. So to move this conversation along again, I'm gonna ask this last question: how do we create without attaching our worth to the outcome?
I
Mm,
have one sentence: touch
Mm.
grass.
Ooh.
That's
Mm.
all I got.
wow.
Go outside, touch
Facts.
grass, be in reality, be in
Hmm.
community. Go touch grass. Like you are not your content. You are playing a character. Content
Mm,
creation, you are playing a character that is not who you are. When you turn that
Hmm.
camera off, go outside, be in community, go touch grass. That's all I got.
that's a
Fair enough.
fact.
Yeah. I would definitely say I'm the same person on and off the camera. So I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a character, but I'm not. My worth isn't determined by how many views and likes that I have,
Mm-hmm.
but I am putting myself out there. I will say that. Like, what you see is what you get. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
always gonna be me. Like when I can't be nothing but me. Like it's very hard for me to be fake. Um, but I can be quiet. But that's another story.
Mm-hmm.
That's another story for another day. But I
Mm,
feel like I definitely agree with you have to get off this internet in order to not feel like you're living in that world because it is a whole nother world if we're being honest with ourselves. It's a
Mm-hmm.
whole nother world. As soon as you on that phone, you're in a whole digital space. You're on whatever app you are on. Like there's so many apps, there's so many things that you could do
Mhm.
with this computer that's in our pockets that we're carrying around every single day. Whether you're in a conversation, whether you're looking at a video, whether you're looking at a tweet, whether you're looking at whatever you're looking at, you're in a whole nother world. That's why people be having accidents because they're on their phone. That's why people will be walking down the street and bumping into somebody because they're on the phone, because they're in a whole nother world. And so, agreed, Chanel, you definitely have to get out of that world and touch grass.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Far as I'm concerned, going on a nature walk,
Mm-hmm.
touching grass, that's heaven on earth. And if that's heaven on earth, then the internet is fucking purgatory because that shit is just noise, bruh.
It
Mhm.
is.
It's just noise. Like, you could have some positively life changing stuff come across you from the internet. You could have some stuff that angers you on it. Like, it's just an amalgamation of noise, right? And whatever your spirit is willing to listen to and absorb in certain moments is what is going to absorb in certain moments when you when you
Mm-hmm.
when you put yourself in that environment. um I think my answer cycles back to what I was saying about the law of influence. Like, I've had a handful of people after I perform talk to me after the show and just be like, "Yo, I felt that." Like,
Hmm.
or I was looking at my significant other, and I looked at each other when you said this line. And
Okay,
Aw.
that got to be a beautiful
just
feeling.
yo, I felt a wave of gratefulness just go over my brain just thinking about those moments.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said earlier, like, I probably just made their night a little more romantic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that
Yeah.
behavior carries on forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I made them crack a smile. I made them have an insightful conversation. And that carries on forever. Like, that's the start of something that changes someone forever. Whether
Mhm.
it's a little tweak, you know what I mean? But like, you would never know what would have been if that little tweak didn't happen, which means you made a change forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So fuck the tallies, like fuck counting. You know what I mean? Like, that's some kindergarten shit. We did that already. You know what I mean? Let's focus on what's actually growing, what's actually growing, and has no sense of stopping. That's that's being able to touch one person, having one person just feel what you're saying, or like I said, positively impacting, even just for a moment. That's
Mhm.
all. That's all you ever could hope for, or wish for, because you already tapped
Mm-hmm.
into forever with just one person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a word. Can't
Mm-hmm.
even follow up with that. What a word.
And y'all know, y'all are not leaving this episode with learning about some black people that we want to
Mm-hmm.
give our flowers to. All right, Xavier, we're gonna let you start it all. Who you want to give your flowers to this week?
I got some historical, generational flowers for my people, Taino people. I need y'all to understand something before I get further into this. Magellan was not the first to
Mm.
circumnavigate the world. Okay? My brothers and sisters, cousins from the motherland were doing that for at least a handful of centuries. At least a handful of centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Way before, okay? Don't. History is propaganda. Need y'all to understand this, okay?
Mhm.
Um, the Taino people didn't get their melanin from anywhere, okay? Also need y'all to understand that. And I'm highlighting them today because I'm making the argument that my brothers and sisters are naturally polytheistic beings, as
Hmm.
when we are in our natural habitat, being one with nature, being people of nature, and enforcing, worshiping the natural abundance of earth, we highlight certain spiritual patterns that we find in
Mhm.
that lifestyle as polytheistic gods, deities, whatever you want to call them. Taino people call them semis. And one of the main ones is Yukahu, who is literally the god of cassava root and the sea. So the next time you want to come at me and say that I ain't black, okay, I want to ask you where they got that cassava root from, where they got the worship of natural abundance from, okay? Because even if they weren't in those islands millennia ago, it took some black people on a boat to get there. And it took the practice of being one with nature to understand the environment around them and respect when nature is moving in alignment with them, and disrespect the deities who got in the way of that, aka the ones of natural disaster. So
These
I just wanted to highlight
colonizers.
that
I'm sorry.
culture. Exactly. I wanted to highlight that
That means-
culture, because I'm learning a lot more about it coming into this chapter of life. I feel like that probably happens with a lot of people in their younger 20s. Like, they want to start getting a lot more informed about like what they come from for real. So I've definitely been down that path, going on that rabbit hole. And yeah, people need to understand that the people of the Greater Antilles are black first, and the only way that they ever got more white was because of colonization.
Talk about it.
Just how we got light skins in America. I'm sorry, it's the same thing.
Yep, you better
It's the
tell
same
them.
thing. It's the same thing. Okay.
Because we weren't
Just saying.
born light.
Hello.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
That's my piece.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. And Chanel, who would you like to give your flowers to today?
So, I was talking to Taylor about this last night. Shout out to baby Tay. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Tay Tay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. So we were talking about somebody we all know, Miss Queen Latifah. And Taylor was like, Queen Latifah never get her flowers. And I was
Period.
like, you're right. And so I'm going to give
We
her
love
her
you,
flowers
Queen.
today. We love Queen Latifah. So Queen Latifah, a Grammy Award winning rapper, Golden Globe winner, and Oscar nominated actress.
Come on now.
Groundbreaking, multi-decade music career, film, and television.
Okay.
She rose to fame as being one of the first empowering rappers, woman rappers. Okay. She also produced and acted in the show we all love called Living Single.
Okay.
Now, Living Single really painted the way for some of these shows coming up now. So you have Friends. That was a copy of Living Single. It was just white people. We have her and her influence, being a woman, being who she was, never, ever, 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 always staying 10 toes down on the person she was. So I wanted to give my flowers to Queen Latifah because she is someone in the industry that I think does not get recognized enough for all she has contributed to Black culture as a Black woman. Let me say that again. As a Black woman and being who she was, and her hair always ate.
That was where I was going with
You
it,
ain't
okay?
never ever 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 seen Queen Latifah on a
Late.
bad hair day. That
No.
golden, that honey golden, she was the originator of the honey golden blonde hair color, and I just want y'all to know. So today, Queen Latifah, I just want to give you your flowers because we love you, we appreciate you, and we adore all the things that you have done to push Black culture, Black film, Black television first. So that's who I want to give my flowers to.
Okay. Yes. We love us some Queen Latifah around here.
Okay.
All right. So we've had the very far past and the very near future. I'm going to give us something right in a little bit of the middle, the 1800s. So today I want to give my flowers to Henrietta Smith Bauer
Duterte.
Okay.
She was not only the first black woman, but the first American woman to own and operate a mortuary. She turned her profession into a tool of resistance as she served as a stop on the Underground Railroad in the 19th century.
Mm.
Some people were hidden inside coffins, and others were disguised as mourners. Henrietta used the funeral procession as a cover to usher runaways through the streets without arousing suspicion. I wanted to take this time to give Miss Duterte her flowers and some recognition because that don't sound like it's easy. And she did this. She took over the mortuary after her husband passed away, so she was doing all of this as a widow too.
Mm.
So that girl, that
Yes to her.
Mrs. Duterte, yes, thank you for what you did. Any of her her lineage that's still living, listen, I hope y'all are keeping her name alive because that she ate with that.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Yeah.
I yearn to live a life that poetic.
Okay.
You talking about taking, the celebration of passing and using that for basically the reinstatement of living. Like, come on. And then
Yeah.
once again, like being the surviving widow, like, come
Yeah.
on. That I yearn to live a life that poetic.
Same.
Come on.
We need to get back. We need to get community.
Okay.
We need to get back to community. That's all that is. Yep.
Period. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you. So I want to start by thanking Xavier. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your
Thank you
gifts
so
with us
much.
today. Your words,
I
your
appreciate
insight,
y'all.
and your
Yes.
perspective have added so much to this conversation. We really do appreciate you and the
Yes,
work that
the
you
energy.
do.
The
Yes.
you came with the. I don't know if you're a Capricorn, but you came with that Capricorn energy.
I'm right before I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Oh,
That's
woo!
why.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you the first Sagittarius man that I have gotten along with. Because, baby, let me tell you, me and Sagittarius men do not go together. And we can have that conversation another day because. But yes,
Oh,
yes.
man.
Thank you for coming with the energy. Thank you for
Yes.
being thoughtful in your responses, contributing to the conversation. Thank you for being our first guest.
Yes.
Our very, very first
I
guest.
appreciate
Thank
y'all
you
so
so much.
I'm honored.
Thank you.
I want to
Yeah.
thank y'all. I'm very grateful for the conversation. Yeah, this is just a greater word to being around more like-minded people. Because if I'm keeping it a buck, it's hard to have deep conversations like this with
It
my
is.
peers.
Mm-hmm.
With my peers, especially.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's sticky. It's sticky. It's like looking
It's
for a
getting
needle in a haystack.
Okay.
So I appreciate y'all.
Yes,
And just
thank
connecting. And yeah, I'm honored.
And to our listeners, thank you, thank you, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to stay present, mind your business.
Wash your ass and secure the bag. Bye.
Bye.